Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming. I want you to look on my screen and just go ahead and read through some of that, and then we'll get started in a few minutes. I want you to see if you can figure out what we're going to do today.
I think
Welcome,
we're gonna
welcome.
write a biography of Queen Elizabeth.
Good, a biography. Do people know what a biography is? What's a biography?
Us writing about ourselves.
Ooh, good guess. That's called an autobiography because auto means yourself. So, what do you think a biography would be?
Writing about someone else.
Exactly. We have a lot to do today, as always. And so I'm going to get started. And as you can see on my screen, I have something about Queen Elizabeth II, British royalty. She was born in 1926. There's some information about her right here, and then some quick facts. And there are little pictures with some quick facts here, and then there's a quote about her. And I got this information from a website called biography.com. See down here in the bottom, it says biography. And it's really, you can get to it if you just type in bio.com. I want you all, as I'm talking about Queen Elizabeth, I want you all to think of somebody that you want to do a biography about. And I'm going to teach you how to do a quick biography. And this quick biography is going to be using ChatterPix. So I'm going to come out of this picture and I'm going to show you that ChatterPix Kid looks like this. So if you don't have that yet on your iPad, please go to the self-service app to find, I think it's either called Chatter Kid or ChatterPix Kid or ChatterPix Kids. I'm not sure which one, but any of those will work.
ChatterPix Kids.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to show you down here in my camera roll, I'm going to show you my final product. Hello, my name is Queen Elizabeth. I am the longest serving monarch in British history. I was born in 1926 and became queen in 1953 when I was 27. I am married to Philip and have 4 children. As queen, I modernized the monarchy and worked with 14 prime ministers. I love my dogs and horses. And remember, I'm the longest serving British monarch. Did you see her mouth moving?
Yes.
Okay, so her mouth is moving, and I'm pretending to be the queen. This is my voice, and I am saying 5 facts about the queen. And I am using ChatterPix. You can see right here, I added a crown. I drew a line in her mouth, and I recorded my own voice saying 5 quick facts about her. So I'm going to show you how to get the picture, find your information, and then finally how to put it all together on ChatterPix. First thing I'm going to do is go to Safari right here because we're going to find a picture. And if you were here for the pic collage, then you will know how to do that. So I'm going to show you again. In the search bar up here at the top, I'm going to type in the person I'm looking for. And I'm going to type in Queen Elizabeth, and you can see it gives you some suggestions. Now, I know that I don't want Queen Elizabeth I, I want Queen Elizabeth II. So I'm going to click on this one. Tap on that one. And I get Safari. And the most important thing to do when you're looking for pictures is to go to what word up on the top? Anybody remember?
Just.
What?
Is.
Images. Very good, very good. Images. Okay, so I get lots of awesome pictures of Queen Elizabeth. She likes to wear bright clothing, and here's one when she was very young. Now I'm looking for one where she looks like a queen. This one, she really looks like a queen. And also facing forward is good. So something like this one would not be as good to do the talking with the mouth. So you want to try to find a picture of a person who is facing forward so that you can see their face and you'll be able to easily draw a line across their mouth to make them talk. Okay, so I'm going to tap on that picture. And then I'm going to hold my finger down on it until I get a bunch of messages here. And then down here, it says add to photos. Okay, so I tap on it first, then hold my finger down, and then do add to photos. All right, that's good. Now I'm going to press my home button. And now, oh no, I'm not going to press my home button. I'm going to stay on Safari. And now I'm going to add a new tab. See the plus right here. And now I'm going to search for a really good website that I love to use, which is called biography.com. And when I just type in bio, it automatically fills it in for me, biography.com. But if it doesn't do that for you, you might have to type the word biography for biography.com. Now, when you go to this website, there might be a pop-up or an ad, and I'm going to just exit right here in the top right corner. I'm going to exit out of that little ad. And also, there's an ad at the top, so be very careful. You don't want to do your search here because it says public records search. So this is actually an ad. So sorry about that, but there are some ads on websites sometimes. For this website, you're going to scroll down a little bit until you find this search bar with the red search button. And I'm going to type in Queen Elizabeth again. No. How do you spell queen? Okay, queen, and there it is, Elizabeth. And then I'm going to press the search. And you get some results from the website. There's Queen Elizabeth I over here. She was much earlier in time. I want Queen Elizabeth II right here. So I'm going to tap on that one. Now I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking about how to do research. When you're on a website, there's lots and lots and lots of information. So how do you know what kind of information to get? So I'm going to spend a little bit of time right now talking about how to get information. Try not to click on any ads. I think you guys know not to do that. But there's a lot of information. Even though this website, I feel, is really good for kids your age, there's still way too much information. So how do you handle all of that? And how do you find about five important facts that you're going to use for your project? So this is what I do. So there are things that are in bold. These are called headings. And the headings are dividing all the information into what is the most important subjects or sections that you need to know about. So first of all, the first paragraph is usually a very important paragraph and usually has kind of a summary of what was most important in Queen Elizabeth's life. So I'm just going to read really quick. And when I'm reading, I want you to think about, is this important information or is this extra information that I don't need to use for my five most important facts? Now, when you're finding five most important facts, you know, what is the most important? It's really what is most important to you. What do you want to know about a person? Okay, so here I go. Queen Elizabeth II became queen on February 6, 1952, and was crowned on June 2nd, 1953. She is the mother of Prince Charles, heir to the throne, as well as the grandmother of Prince William and Harry. As the longest serving monarch in British history, she has tried to make her reign more modern and sensitive to a changing public while maintaining traditions associated with the crown. Okay, so if you were to pick out what is the most important thing in that paragraph, what do you think? Does anybody have a guess?
Miss Wynn,
Yes.
could I say it?
Yes.
I choose that she's the longest serving monarch in British history because I feel like that's really important and interesting.
I agree 100% with you. Thank you. And that she was crowned.
Yeah, and when she was crowned.
Yes, and when she became queen. That's important as well. So I agree that the fact that she is the longest reigning monarch in British history, I think that is the most important fact. I agree with that. And so I'm going to take my notebook and my pen, which you guys should learn how to use, and I'm going to write that down as one of my facts. And in fact, I have done that already. So here I have written down longest serving monarch in British history. Okay, so I didn't copy the entire sentence. I just said the most important words there, right? Because the sentence says, as the longest serving British monarch in British history, she has tried to make blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I didn't write down absolutely everything in that whole sentence. I just wrote down the most important part. Okay, now I'm going to go on to the next bold word here. This is the next heading, and it's called early life. And so you want to think, what is probably the most important thing about their early life? And to me, I want to know about when was she born. And so it says right here that she was born, it says what her name was, Elizabeth Alexandra Mary, so that's important too, on April 21st, 1926. Okay, so the most important thing actually to me is that she was born in 1926. The date of the birthday isn't really that important. So I'm going to write on my notes, born 1926. All right, so I'm going to find the next heading that has some important information. I'm skipping over those ads. I'm trying to just ignore those ads. Let's see what's next. Okay, there's some cute baby pictures of her. And then it says Ascension to the Crown. That's the next heading. And then it says Coronation. That means when she got crowned. Okay, so I'm interested in when did she become queen? So there's a lot of information here about her grandfather and a lot of other people. And that's important, but I'm just doing 5 quick facts. And so that's kind of too much information for me. I just want to know, what year did she become queen? And it says here 1953. And how old was she when she became queen? Look at that. 27. That is very young. 27. So I think that is very important, that she became queen when she was 27 years old. All right. So I'm going to find the next important heading right here. And it says husband, Prince Philip. And I don't really need to know anything about Prince Philip. I think that I'm just going to write husband, Prince Philip, or she married Prince Philip. And then I want to know, how many children did she have? And that happens to be, ew, this is scary. And that happens to be the next heading is called children. And since I'm just doing really quick facts, I'm going to read through this and I'm going to see, okay, she had Charles, Anne, Andrew, and Edward. So she had 4 children. So even though it doesn't say on here that she had 4 children, it talks about the 4 children. So on my notes, I'm going to write down 4 children. Okay. Now I want to know something. Okay, do I care about the grandchildren and the great-grandchildren? Not at this moment, because I'm looking for the 5 most important facts about her. So that just is too much information right there. Do I care about other people in her family tree? Not at this time. That's too much information for me right now. Rain. Okay, rain, it doesn't mean the rain that comes out of the sky. Rain, this kind of rain, means what did she do during the time when she was queen? So usually there's an important sentence in the beginning of a paragraph. So let's see if this one's important. Elizabeth's long and mainly peaceful reign has been marked by vast changes in her people's lives, in her country's power, how Britain is viewed abroad. Okay, this is getting really long, and nothing is jumping out at me as a really important fact. So I'm going to keep scrolling here, see what the next one is. It's kind of hard to get through all those ads. Okay, relationship with prime ministers. What's a prime minister? A prime minister is like a president. So did you guys know that in England, they have a queen and they have a prime minister, like a president. So that's really cool. Elizabeth had 14 prime ministers placed into power during her reign. That is a lot. All right, so that's important. So I'm going to write down on my notes 14 prime ministers. All right, and then I'm going to keep going down. Oh, this is this fact sheet that I showed you before. Remember this? This is really cool. If your person has this, you can find some quick facts. Let's see if I did some of them here. Her nickname is Lilibet. She modernized the monarchy. She loves corgis. Horseback rider. 3 sons, 1 daughter. Sapphire Jubilee. Okay, so I'm going to look for something here that I think is important. And I'm going to put down that she loves dogs and horses. I think that's cool. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. Threats to Queen Elizabeth. No, I don't care about that. Tabloid scandals. I don't care about that. Personal losses. Diamond Jubilee, Sapphire Jubilee, hobbies. She loves dogs and horses. Those were very important things in her life. And then that's at the end. Okay, now I really hated going through this with all these ads. So I'm going to show you a really, really awesome trick that hopefully you can help your teachers with. And this is called finding the reader view. Okay, so this trick is so cool. Do you see these 2 little A's right here at the top? I'm going to tap on that. And it says show reader. So I'm going to show you the reader view. I'm going to tap on that. Okay, so this is the reader view. This is so much better. It doesn't have any ads. It still has her pictures, which is great, but it doesn't have any of those annoying ads. Okay, so the reader view is awesome. Now I'm going to show you something even cooler, which is you can take a picture of this and use your highlighter pen to highlight some of the important facts. Okay, how do you take a picture? I'm going to take a screenshot. Does anybody know what I do to take a screenshot?
The home button and the power button.
Awesome. The home button and the power button.
The camera button on the iPad.
Okay, so I'm going to take my iPad and I'm going to put my finger on the home button here and the power button is up here. And I'm going to press those two at the same time. All right. After you take a screenshot, it's going to look like this. I'm going to show you the coolest thing I learned this year. I was never able to do this last year, but this year I can do this. There's something up here called full page. So not only do we just have a shot of our screen, but we can see the full page of the article. And over here is the scrolling bar. Look at that. So I can scroll up and down on the side here. And then right here are the markup tools. So it looks like this. And if I tap on it, down at the bottom, I've got my markup tools down here. So I'm going to highlight those important facts. So I'm going to choose my yellow highlighter and I'm going to see what happens. If I highlight the longest that's kind of covering over it. So what do I need to do? First of all, I'm going to undo what I just did.
Well, you can just make the yellow really light.
That's right. I'm going to tap on the tool and I'm going to, I'm going to make the yellow really light right here. See how I'm sliding that down? Okay, how come it didn't undo? Undo. There we go. Okay, so now you can see what you're highlighting. Longest serving monarch in British history. I want the year she was born. Okay, now I'm going to keep scrolling down. I wanted the year she became queen and what age she was. I want that she married, her husband is Prince Philip. She had 4 children. She had 14 prime ministers. And what else? And then I'm going to talk about that she liked dogs and horses. When I'm done, I'm going to go up here to save it. See that little save square with the arrow? And how am I going to save it? You can save it some different ways. You can either save it to your files or you can save it to Google Drive. I'm going to save it to my files. And I made up a folder called Demo. I don't know if you guys are used to doing this or not. You could also save it to Google Drive. I don't know if you guys are used to doing this either. If you do Google Drive, you're going to select a folder down at the bottom. And you can just save it there. Down at the bottom here, it says save here. You don't really have to do any of this. You can use a piece of paper and a pen to write down all your facts. Okay. Anyway, if you want to save it on your Google Drive or in your files, you can do that. So I've got all my information. I've got my picture. Now I'm going to put them together on a program called ChatterPix Kids. Now I'm holding my iPad in the portrait mode. Remember, this is the landscape mode, and this is the portrait mode. Because ChatterPix only does portrait mode. And that's okay because portrait is a picture of somebody, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Okay, this is by a company called Duck Duck Moose, and they draw a line and they make a mouth talk. So that's what we're going to be doing. All right, the first thing you want to do is go to take a photo. Now we already have our photo saved on our camera roll. So I'm going to go down here. You'll see my face in a second. Hello. I'm going to go down here on the bottom left and find that photo of the Queen. Okay, there she is. Now there's a button that's blinking because it wants you to go next. So that's what you do next.
Question.
Yes.
Do you have to look up someone, or can you do yourself?
That's a great question. I think for sure you can do yourself if you want.
Okay.
For this project. Okay, see how that finger is demonstrating that you draw a line. Now, drawing a line is kind of tricky, okay? You want to get it right on the person's mouth. And when you put your finger down on the iPad, it'll bring up a little magnifying glass so that you can get it right on their mouth. See, this is not going to be good because that's too low. So you have to kind of try it a couple of times. Okay, there we go. I think that's perfect. Right in the middle. Okay, now, after I draw the mouth, and you can see that there's a little line there, now I'm going to record my facts. Okay, maybe I should practice them first. Longest serving monarch in British history, born 1926, became Queen 1953 at the age of 27. I married Philip, and we had 4 children because I'm going to talk as if I am the Queen. And as Queen, I modernized the monarchy and worked with 14 prime ministers. And I love dogs and horses. Okay, so I'm going to say all these things as the Queen because she is talking. So I'm going to try my best to do a British accent and be the Queen's voice. Okay, here I go. Ready? Now, you have a time limit, so you have to talk kind of fast. Here I go. It's going to say 3, 2, 1. Hello, my name is Queen Elizabeth, and I am the longest serving monarch in British history. I was born in 1926 and became Queen in 1953 at age 27. I married Philip and we had 4 children. As Queen, I modernized the monarchy and worked with 14 prime ministers. I love dogs and horses. And don't forget, I was the longest serving monarch in British history. Okay, then I pressed the stop button, which was right here. Oh, and then there's something super fun right here called stickers. Now, don't go crazy with the stickers. Just put on a couple, or maybe even just one. You can pinch that and get it the right size. Okay, and then we're going to press next. Okay, right here is where everybody messes up. So be very careful because if you mess up, you're going to lose what you just did. So what you need to do right here is press this arrow, this down arrow. This means you're going to save it to your camera roll. Don't go to the gallery. The gallery is where things are already saved. You have to save it first before you go to the gallery. Okay, so I'm going to press this and it's going to export to the camera roll. And then it says complete. So that means I saved it to my camera roll. So now it's a video. It's in my gallery, but it's also in my camera roll as a video. So people were asking me, how can you share this with me or with your teacher? Okay, so Seesaw is really awesome for posting things. Did you see how easy that was for me to just post my video on Seesaw? I did add, post to student work. I did upload right here. And then I did photos and videos. I chose it and then I pressed green check, green check. See how easy that is? Okay, so real quick, let's review what we just did. So the first thing we did was we went to Safari and I got a photo of my famous person, and now you can see why it was important for you to get a photo where the face is facing forward so that you can draw a line through their mouth, right? For them to talk. Okay, then we went to the website called biography.com if you are searching for a famous person. And then we did this really awesome thing to get rid of the ads, which is right here, these two A's. And we went to reader view.
Camera. When you get a photo, how do you put it in your camera?
So right here, I press those two A's, and then it says show reader view, show reader, right there. When you get it in reader view, you're going to do a screenshot. Screenshot is power button, home button at the same time. Click. And you tap on that. And you go up here to full page. And then you can scroll over here on the right. And you can read it without ads, which is so much better. And then you can use your marking tools to highlight important things that you want to use later. So you can go through and as you're reading, you can mark up a lot of important things, and then you can go back to it and find, okay, what are my 5 most important things that I like, my 5 favorite facts? And then you can write those down on your piece of paper. And then you can go to ChatterPix and you can read from your paper. So I'm going to turn this way. And ChatterPix is super easy and fun, and you guys can just do lots of different photos. You can do a photo of something else, like, oh, you can flip your camera. How about a plant? So you can take a picture of a plant, and you can draw a mouth, and you can say, I am a croton plant, and I need water once a week and lots of sun. And then it's going to talk and say that back to you. So that's super funny. Okay, then you can do next. You can put on stickers. You can even write things or put on a frame. Let's put on a frame. Let's do some stickers. And then next. And then this is the thing everybody always forgets right here. How to save this to your camera roll is down on the bottom right. So you save it to your camera roll. What?
It takes a lot of time.
It does take some time to save it.
So actually, before when it was taking a lot of time, I thought it wasn't working.
Oh, okay. So that's good to know. That just wait for it. It'll take a lot of time. Okay, then it'll say complete. And then you can watch it on your camera roll down here. And then you can put it on Seesaw. So that's kind of funny. Okay, so that is our lesson for today. I'm hoping that you guys will find a person and look up some information about them and find a picture, and you can have fun talking, being your person, talking like your person, saying your 5 facts on ChatterPix, and then saving that video and sharing it with your family and your teacher. Okay, see you guys. Bye.
Bye.